Barbell glute bridges are a great exercise to target the glutes, though you may feel it some in the hamstrings, a little bit in the low back, and also in the abdomen. You want to be good at standard body weight glute bridges and different variations of that before you move on to this exercise. If you can't move your body weight properly, it's a lot harder to be loaded and move yourself mechanically in a proper way. So master those first, and once you're really good at them, get yourself a bar. This barbell weighs 45 pounds. If you have an easy curl bar that weighs 20 pounds or some other bar that you have available that's maybe a little bit shorter, that could be easier at first. The long bar gets a little bit wobbly, so it can be difficult at first, but whichever bar you have, you will pick it up and put it onto your lap, or you can have a partner kind of hinge it up and lay it on top of you, kind of like a landmine, if that works for you. You'll lay yourself down in a normal glute bridge position, so back flat on the floor, hips already tucked underneath you, that way even your low back and sacrum are in contact with the floor, so hips are curled up. You want to line your feet up pretty close to your butt, so you should be within a foot away from your bottom. Heels are firmly planted in the floor, and you may have to turn your toes out. The angle of your toes depends on the angle of your hip sockets, so you will be able to figure out on your own, if you pay attention, which angle will work best for you based on how comfortable you are when you do glute bridges and also when you feel it in your glutes. If you turn your feet out more, you may feel it more in your glutes. Feet in, you may feel it more in the quads. So you'll have to experiment with that on your own. But find what's ideal for you. Go ahead and curl your butt up. And as you're doing this exercise, keep in mind you want your butt curled up so the glutes stay tight. But you also want to feel that your rib cage is actually reaching down toward the top of the pelvis. So you're actively compressing your stomach so that your pelvis and ribs are reaching toward each other. Push the bar away so it doesn't fall on your face, because that would hurt. And from here, breathe in. And as you breathe out, push through your heels, picking your butt up off of the mat. See, I'm not coming up super, super high. I'm not arching my back and allowing the bar to raise up as high as I can. Instead, the goal is just to raise up and get enough height so I can get good tension in my glutes. And stomach is staying tight the whole time. Once you get to heavier weights, sometimes you may need something to hold you in place. I've seen some coaches who will actually do it in partners and have someone stand behind your shoulders. A little awkward, but you can do that. But whatever you need, try to make sure that you're pushing down through the ground rather than pushing back so you don't slide. So once again, heels lined up with your hips. Push through your heels, pick yourself up, really tighten those glutes at the top, and keep those glutes contracted throughout the whole range of motion. And also make sure that your arms are actively pushing the bar away from you. And when you get finished, you may find a new way to do this, but best thing is maybe roll forward and press that sucker onto the ground. Other quick note, if you're new to barbell glute bridges or loading yourself with a glute bridge, sometimes this metal equipment can hurt your hips. So just because it's not comfortable to put that on the bone. I have a squat sponge, which I absolutely love. But if you have either a towel you can wrap around the bar or whatever weighted thing, if you have like a pool noodle that you've cut open, anything like that's going to help take that pressure off of your hips.